Script opening. English version, approx 350 words. Have you ever felt like something was different? Like the way she looked at you held a little more weight, a little more silence between the words? Here's the truth most men overlook. When a woman is truly attracted to you, she won't always say it out loud. It's not in some big dramatic confession. It's in the quiet things. The glance that lingers just a second longer. The way she mirrors your energy. The way her body turns slightly toward you in a room full of others. These signs, they're subtle, instinctive. She's probably not even aware she's doing them. And that's what makes them powerful. See, attraction, real, primal attraction, isn't always verbal. It comes from something deeper than language. It's energy. It's presence. And once you start recognizing these signs, it changes the entire way you understand connection. You stop chasing. You start noticing. That's when the dynamic shifts. Because here's the secret. Most guys are too busy performing, trying to impress, talk more, do more. But the ones who win her attention are the ones who observe. The ones who stay grounded. Who read between the lines instead of begging for clarity. So in this video, we're going to explore 5 subtle but powerful signs that a woman is secretly into you. Not the obvious stuff, but the signals that slip through when she feels safe, drawn in, and deeply curious about you. And here's my challenge to you. Don't just watch this like a checklist. Watch it like a mirror. Where do you show up as the kind of man a woman leans into without needing to be convinced? Let's begin. The voice that gives her away. You ever notice how a woman's voice changes around someone she truly desires? It's subtle. So subtle that most guys miss it completely. But once you hear it, you can't unhear it. Her tone softens. The pitch drops just a bit. The words stretch out slower, smoother. It's like her voice wraps itself in velvet when she speaks to you. And no, she's not doing it on purpose. This isn't an act. It's biology. It's instinct. When a woman feels drawn to a man, her body naturally shifts into a state of closeness. Her nervous system is signaling safety, intrigue, and emotional openness. That's what lowers her voice, slows her speech, and makes her sound warmer, more intimate. It's the same way we whisper when we're standing in candlelight or lying in bed. The lower volume pulls people in. It creates a private space even in a crowded room. And that's exactly what she's doing, consciously or not, when she starts talking to you like that. Now contrast that with how she talks to her co-workers, her boss, the barista. Compare the energy, the tempo, the tone. Is there a softness, reserved just for you? Here's the thing most men don't realize. Attraction isn't loud, it's quiet. Seduction doesn't shout. It leans in and whispers. So if you're wondering whether she's into you, listen closely. Not just to what she says, but how she says it. Because when a woman's voice slows down and becomes low, relaxed, almost musical, chances are you've sparked something deep in her. And the real question is, will you be calm enough to notice it, or too busy talking to hear it? The kiss she doesn't know she's asking for. There's a moment that most men overlook. It's not loud, it's not dramatic, but it says more than 1,000 words ever could. Her lips, slightly parted, not in conversation, not while speaking, just soft, still, a little open. It usually comes with that faraway look in her eyes, like she's here but also somewhere else, lost in a thought, or maybe in a feeling. And here's the wild part. She's probably not doing it on purpose. This isn't some trick from a dating book. It's not a pose, it's biology at work again. When a woman feels drawn in, emotionally, physically, her body naturally responds often before her mind can catch up. Slightly parted lips are one of those primal, unconscious signals. Her body is preparing for closeness, for intimacy, for a kiss. Even if she doesn't consciously intend it, her nervous system is signaling, I'm open, I feel safe, I want more. Now before you leap to conclusions, this isn't a green light for action. It's a moment to be aware, to notice, to respect. The real question is, are you present enough to see it? In a world where everyone's rushing, where words drown out, energy, a man who can sense these quiet cues stands out. You become the kind of presence that doesn't push, but listens, doesn't chase, but draws in. So next time you're talking with her, and you notice her lips just slightly part. Slow down, let the moment breathe, because sometimes silence is where desire begins. What her breath and neck reveal about desire. Sometimes the loudest signals come from the quietest places. You're sitting across from her. The conversation is light. Maybe you're sipping coffee or just walking side by side. But then, without saying a word, she exhales slowly, deeply. That one breath. It's not random. When a woman takes a long, deep breath in your presence, it's often because she's trying to stay composed. Her body feels the tension, maybe butterflies, maybe attraction, and that breath is her nervous system regulating itself. It's not just air. It's a silent reminder that something inside her is stirred. And then there's the neck. If you notice her tilting her head slightly, exposing the side of her neck, especially while laughing or listening, it's not just comfort. It's instinct. That part of the body is incredibly vulnerable. To show it, even without realizing, signals trust, openness, and yes, an unconscious kind of seduction. She's not acting seductive. She is seduced by the moment, by the energy, by you. It's subtle, but powerful. Nature wired us this way. Vulnerability isn't weakness, it's a bridge. And when she shows it without speaking a word, that's when you should listen the hardest. Here's the twist most men miss. You don't need to respond with words. You don't need to act or escalate. Just notice. Be present. A man who can sit in that stillness, who doesn't rush to break it, becomes magnetic. Because when a woman breathes deeply in front of you and exposes what's often hidden, she's not asking for anything. She's showing you everything. When her eyes wander, what she's not saying out loud, there's a certain kind of glance that says everything, without a single word. It doesn't start with your eyes. In fact, it rarely even lands there. Instead, it starts higher or lower and travels. Slow, curious, as if she's reading a book written across your body. She's not just looking at you, she's looking through you, taking in the shape of your shoulders, the way your hands move, the rhythm of how you carry yourself. And if you ever catch her doing it, and she quickly looks away, maybe with a shy laugh or biting her lip, or a flush creeping across her cheeks, pay attention. That reaction? That's not embarrassment, that's exposure. You saw something she wasn't quite ready to admit even to herself, because when a woman lets her gaze move beyond your face, it means something. It means she's no longer just listening to your words. She's feeling your presence. Attraction, real attraction, has a language of its own, and the eyes? They often speak it first. Think about it. How often do you do this when you're drawn to someone? Your eyes move instinctively. You notice details you wouldn't see in anyone else. Her hands, her posture, the way she touches her hair. It's the same for her. Except most men never notice because they're too busy trying to be noticed themselves. But a man who watches quietly, who catches that gaze and holds it, not aggressively, but calmly, tells her something back. I see you. And I'm not afraid of what this moment means. So next time you feel her gaze slide across you, don't flinch, don't rush to speak. Just meet her, right there in the silence, because sometimes the body speaks before the heart can catch up. When she touches what's near but not yet you, you ever notice how some people speak with their hands, even when they're not saying a word? You're sitting across from her. The conversation flows, but your focus starts to drift. Not because you're bored, but because something small catches your attention. Her fingers slowly running along the rim of her glass, the way she absent-mindedly traces the edge of the table. Soft, rhythmic, intentional, even if she doesn't realize it. Here's the thing. When a woman is attracted to you but hasn't made physical contact yet, that energy has to go somewhere. And often it leaks out through touch, not of you, but of what's close to you. The object becomes the stand-in for the intimacy she's not yet ready to cross into. It's a language older than words, a quiet reaching, a subconscious bridge, and if this touch is paired with slow movements, warm eye contact, maybe a quiet smile, it's no longer just idle fidgeting. It's softness in motion, desire disguised as calm, because here's what most men miss. Attraction isn't always bold. Sometimes it's shy, Sometimes it plays just outside your space, waiting to see if you're present enough to feel it, and presence is everything. If you rush in, interrupt the moment, call it out, make it awkward, you break the spell. But if you stay grounded, simply notice and meet her energy with your own stillness, something shifts. You don't chase her attention. You hold it, quietly, steadily. So next time her fingers dance along the rim of a cup or glide across the surface of the table, don't just look at her hands, look at what they're reaching for but haven't touched yet. When her lips move but she says nothing, there's a certain moment, fleeting, easy to miss, when her body speaks louder than words ever could. She looks at you. Maybe you're mid-conversation, maybe it's in a pause. And then, just for a second, her tongue grazes her lips, or she gently bites her bottom lip, soft, instinctive, almost like she doesn't even realize she's doing it. But trust me, it means something. That subtle gesture. It's not just about nervousness or habit. It's one of the strongest subconscious signals of physical attraction, because licking or biting the lips isn't just movement, it's a trigger. It draws attention to the mouth, the most intimate place words leave, and where connection begins. This isn't performance. She's not trying to seduce you in a movie scene way. It's deeper than that. When a woman feels drawn to you, emotionally, physically, her body starts preparing for closeness. And the lips are one of the first places that tension shows up. Think about it. Our mouths are highly sensitive. When we anticipate touch, intimacy, or even emotional closeness, we unconsciously bring awareness there. Wetting the lips, biting gently. It's instinct. Biology in motion. And the real key. When it's paired with lingering eye contact, with silence, with softness, it becomes a spark waiting for someone to notice. So what do you do when you see it? You don't jump. You don't call it out. You feel it. A grounded man doesn't need to react. He just receives the moment, calm, still, present, because sometimes the most powerful messages aren't spoken out loud, they're written on the lips and meant only for those who know how to read gently. What a dangling shoe really says about her. It's one of those gestures so subtle, so seemingly innocent, you'd never think twice, unless you knew what to look for. Picture this. You're sitting across from her. She crosses her legs. Conversation is flowing. And then you notice her shoe. It's dangling loosely at the tip of her toes, swaying back and forth, not nervously, not distractedly, but slowly, playfully. That motion isn't random. It's not just about comfort. It's a dance, a silent, instinctive flirtation. When a woman dangles her shoe while sitting with crossed legs, especially when she's leaning in, smiling, or making eye contact, it's a sign she feels safe, relaxed, and subtly engaged. Her body isn't tense, she's open, unfolding. And that little movement, that's her way of playing with the energy between you. It's sensual without being obvious, playful without being loud, and it's one of those signs that most men miss because they're too focused on what's being said, not on what's being felt. Let me ask you this. Have you ever caught someone flirting not with their words, but with the air between you? That's what this is. She's not speaking with her mouth, but with her posture, her rhythm, her ease, and here's where it gets real. When a woman starts playing with her surroundings, her shoe, her hair, her glass, it often means she's comfortable enough to let her guard down. She's not just present, she's in it. So if you catch her shoe dangling like that, don't rush, don't interrupt, just notice, smile, and stay in the moment. Because in that quiet swing of a shoe, there's more being said than you might realize. When her laughter means more than the joke, you say something, maybe it wasn't even that funny, just a comment, an observation, a little joke in passing, and suddenly she laughs. Not just a polite chuckle, but that bright, bubbly kind of laugh, the kind that makes her eyes light up. The kind that comes a little too easily, and maybe, just maybe, she touches your arm, tilts her head, smiles wider than the moment calls for. That's not just laughter. That's chemistry trying to speak. You see, when a woman laughs more than usual around you, even when the jokes don't really deserve it, there's something else going on. Her laughter isn't just about the humor, It's about the feeling. It's her body letting go. It's her heart leaning in. Laughter is one of the oldest social bonding tools we have. It signals safety, connection, shared emotion. It lowers the walls we all carry. And when she laughs like that with you, what she's really saying is, I feel good here. And here's what's beautiful about it. It's not forced, it's not fake, it's not even fully conscious. It's emotional instinct. A spark turned into sound. Now, of course, not every laugh means attraction. But when it's paired with the physical cues, the light touch, the head tilt, the glowing smile, it often means something deeper is building. Trust, openness, curiosity. So what should you do when you see it? Don't try to be funnier. Don't start performing. Just stay present. Smile back. Let the silence after her laughter linger, because the truth is, she's not laughing at the joke. She's laughing because you made her feel something. And that feeling is where real connection begins. It's not magic. It's awareness. So here's the thing. Most men walk through life blind to the signals that matter most, not because they're foolish, but because they were never taught to notice them. The truth is, women speak a second language, a quieter one, not in words but in gestures. A glance held a beat longer, a subtle shift of her body, a breath, a laugh, a touch that lingers on something close, but not quite you. These aren't random quirks. They're windows, glimpses into how she feels before she's ready to say it out loud. And when you learn to see them, not with obsession but with calm presence, you unlock something powerful: timing. Because in connection, timing is everything. Too soon, and you interrupt. The rhythm. Too late, and the moment closes. But just right, you move in sync with her. Not chasing, not pressuring, just flowing with the truth that's already there. This isn't about manipulation. It's about awareness. It's about becoming the kind of man who's not just seen but felt. Someone who doesn't talk over energy but reads it, listens with his eyes, responds not with ego but with grounded understanding. And when you can do that, when you become fluent in the language she doesn't even realize she's speaking, you stop asking, is she into me? Because the answer is already there. You just have to be still enough to see it. If this video helped you notice something you hadn't seen before, if it opened your eyes to a quieter, more powerful way of connecting, then this is just the beginning. On this channel, we go deeper into presence, masculine energy, emotional intelligence, the kind of awareness that doesn't just change how women see you, but how you see yourself. So if you found value here, hit that subscribe button. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And don't forget to turn on the bell, because every week we break down the things most men were never taught, but always needed to know. Let's grow this space together. A space for calm strength, real connection, and quiet confidence. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.